Hello everybody and welcome back to this new video on the 7th day on July. Today we're doing something different than usual. We are discussing how I would have won the law fights in Unstable SMP as LettuceK. Now LettuceK had some critical errors in his planning and tactics, so today we're gonna see if I can fix all of them and if it's possible to win against the four main protagonists. So let's just get right into it. Before we get into video, guys, could I please ask you to like and subscribe? You are only one subscriber away from the 40 subscribers right now, so if you subscribe that would really help me a lot. So yeah, let's get into the video and see if I can beat everybody on the Unstable SMP. Alright, so let's focus on the first protagonist of Unstable SMP, Wembu. Now, I don't think Wembu is that hard to beat. He is very good with his mace, and sometimes he gets a bit too overconfident, and I think we could use that. If we get him a bit angry at us, and then we lure him into a cave where he can't use his elytra macing, and I think we should have a pretty easy kill with like 10-15 of our best men in netherite armor. Maybe he will kill 5 more or something, but eventually his luck will run out and we will get him and get him killed. I also think that we could maybe take Action hostage, and instead of just leading him to there and letting him escape, we keep guards on him 24/7 on Action. And when Wembu comes, I will be there to negotiate the terms with him and let him get a seat with me. But actually, the seat is just a void trap, so that way he just gets killed. Next up is Parrot. He will be a bit harder to deal with because he's very smart, and of course he has Theobald the bird. Now Theo is pretty good in a lot of different forms of PvP, and we can't just set a trap because Parrot will probably see right through us and escape the trap. So what I would do for Parrot is separate them as much as possible and make Theo just believe that Parrot is dead. That way he gets into a depression and he doesn't want to fight anymore. If he does or he goes loose, we just make him kill some innocent people and hopefully he stops there. Otherwise, we just have to hope that we have strong enough men to kill him, because I don't think that it will be that easy to stop him. But of course, if we circle him with 10-20 people and his TNT minecarts run out, that way it should be pretty easy to beat him, but I'm not really sure. Then, of course, we need to still deal with Parrot. He won't run into a trap, and if he just senses that he is about to get ambushed, I think he just gets out of there and our ambush just failed. Um, Maybe he brings ender pearls or wind charges and escapes. That's also a possibility. So for Parrot, I would just try to rig the election like we saw, but this time not make it so public and just let it seem that Parrot did something so wrong that they don't want him as king anymore, because that's honestly how this all started. And if we can get him to leave the election and just think people hate him, I don't think he wants to keep fighting. Maybe he does, but if he does, we might be able to ambush him when he's separated from Theo. Now, this is a long fetch and requires a lot of luck, but if it works, then Parrot and Theo are definitely out of the picture. Now, Flame Frax is a bit of a different story. It's hard to get to know what he will do next. He has so many different forms of fighting. He always is training. He's always training his fighting style, and it's just very hard to know which style he's gonna use on you. And even if we get like his sword away, he'll probably just find a way to use an axe. If we get that away, maybe he'll randomly have TNT minecarts as well. So I think Flame Frax is, well, it's definitely the hardest one, but with a bit of luck, I think it's possible to just make him chase like a group of law members who are going to his friend Lamedy, because he probably wants to protect Lamedy. And if we get him to Lamedy and we um, if we get to Lomedy first and we make him a prison and we make sure he doesn't get out, like make shifts from half an hour each, 5 men each time, 4 at each corner of the prison and 1 on top. That way he can't get past us, and if he uses invisibility, we make like observers in the floor, so when he mines under it, it just explodes and they're both hopefully dead. That's maybe a way to kill him, but I don't really think there's a very good way to kill him. But I think that should probably help a lot already. So I think that will be the plan for him, although I don't know if it will work. It's our best shot, so we go for that. Now, Spoke, I think it's pretty hard to get past Spoke. Um, just because of Maypick, and he's just such a troll. I think your men just get angry and attack without thinking. Maybe he'll put a bunch of traps around the playing field. He's really unpredictable as well. So I would just capture his friend Maypick, just like with Action and Lomedy. If you capture Maypick, or Prince Sam maybe, because we saw when we captured Maypick, he became so wild and angry, he had to have him back, and I don't think it's really that hard to then get him to fall in one of his own traps. Um, if that happens, he probably has a way to escape them, but we can just follow him. I think that's like the smartest move. If he does get Mapic out and he's back on his 100% determination to kill you, well, let's just say it won't end well for you. But I'm just hoping that Spoke is his wild self and maybe even traps some of his allies and friends. That would be a very big win. But yeah, also a few things I should remind my men of is to like use the defensive pots, the Master of Turtles, Turtle Master Potions. Whenever Wambu decides to drop a orbital strike, I think that's the easiest way to survive it, maybe even build up. It's not that hard. And if he keeps doing that, then we just leave the fight for a second. He doesn't have them infinitely, and if he starts spamming them, I think he will get through very quickly without really a big, without having a big damage output on my players. So yeah. Next thing, which is also a pretty wild card, is will we be able to get our players to full netherite this time? Because in the video we saw the first wave was all diamond players, and the second wave was his netherite players. I don't think that's something he should have done. He should have put in them all in netherite by raising taxes on the server and making workers mine for netherite. That way he could have put them all in netherite and they would have stood a much chance against the protagonist, and maybe even stand longer. And I think sending people in with diamond armor just for a first wave is pretty stupid. I would have flanked them from four sides with just all netherite all at once, and then keep his most trusted and best soldiers for the main protagonist, especially Flamecracks and Wembu. After that, you could have maybe used an arrow cannon. I think that would have helped a lot as well. A way to like clear your men in a matter of seconds by one goat horn, another one than he normally uses. So they know they have to run, then fire the arrow cannon as quickly as possible. Maybe we'll have a few casualties, but I think if we do it that way, we could break at least a few people's armor, maybe even kill a few people, and yeah, that should have been everything. I think if we do all these things, we should win, but I'm not really sure. Like, sometimes I think it's pretty easy, but then again, it's unstable. It's meant for the protagonist to win. The antagonist has to fall and die most of the time, or get locked up, something like that. I mean, it's made that way. But if we make all these changes, we would have stand a much bigger chance. We maybe could have, like in the separate videos, already start trapping them or playing mental games. I think that would have helped a lot as well. That's everything I should have done in LettuceK's place. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all know how LettuceK could have beaten the protagonist now, and maybe I'll make a part 2 about how I would rule unstable SMP as LettuceK if you want that. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Bye!